Welcome to King's Engineering College, accredited with NBA and NAC, with state-of-the-art infrastructure and environment, well-qualified and dedicated faculty members, latest high-tech laboratories and digital library, online classes, encouraging students in sports and extracurricular activities like cricket and karting, hostel facilities, free transport services for students from in and around Chennai, soft skills development programs, company-specific placement training, paid internship in MNCs. To learn, apply and achieve, come to King's Engineering College. 20 years of expertise in providing quality education. Welcome to King's Engineering College, accredited with NBA and NAC, with state-of-the-art infrastructure and environment, well-qualified and dedicated faculty members, latest high-tech laboratories and digital library, online classes, encouraging students in sports and extracurricular activities like cricket and karting, hostel facilities, free transport services for students from in and around Chennai, soft skills development programs, company-specific placement training, paid internship in MNCs. To learn, apply and achieve, come to King's Engineering College. 20 years of expertise in providing quality education.
Yeah, welcome you all. Thanks to King's Engineering College for this wonderful webinar session. So today we are going to see about building a deep learning application for big data. Okay. So before we go into this session, first of all, I like to thank to King's Engineering College. The program is organized by Department of Computer Science and Engineering, associated with Pantech e-learning. Okay, so I have to thanks about HOD and assistant professor, principal and director and chairperson and then head of the department. Okay, so before we go into this session, I need to introduce myself. My name is Kamalesh. I am from Pantech Solution. I am working under the project of deep learning, machine learning and data scientist, and then big data and cloud computing. Okay, so once again thank you to King's Engineering College. Let's move on to our webinar session. Okay, so deep learning application on big data. Okay, so before we go into this session, we need to know about big data. Okay, so nowadays big data is some of the complicated thing when we compare to any other technology. Okay, so before we enter into our webinar session, I have to tell about Pantech Solution. Okay, so Pantech Solution is organization from 2004, origin from 2004, and we have 7 branches. The 7 branches in different type of states like Andhra, in Tamil Nadu, and then Kerala. Like that, we have a different type of states. We have a branches also, and we have a R&D department, especially in Chennai. We will conduct more than 1,200 plus workshop for the students. Not only for Tamil Nadu, we are conducting the workshop in Telangana states, Vijayawada and Kerala, Kochins, like that areas and all we covered. And we have a faculty development program also, only for college faculties, like power electronics, power system, like that we are conducting. And then hands-on training. So if we conduct any workshop, we will do only hands-on training, not a theoretical manner. We are doing only technical manner, only workshop, hands-on training, and short-term courses and value-added courses, academic project training, and we have a R&D department in Chamanjeri, Chennai. Okay, so this is the introduction of our Pantech, and we are doing projects for ECE and CSE department, like both hardware and software oriented projects. Like hardware oriented project means ECE and EEE, we have IoT, artificial intelligence, embedded system, VLSI, image processing, network simulation, and power electronics and electric vehicle. Those are the department we are covering for hardware and software. And if you come in other hand, we have a CSE and IT. So if we go to CSE and IT, it's fully only software oriented projects like big data, data analytics or machine learning, Android application, image processing, text mining, NLP. We have a lot of variety of recent trending technology projects are available in CSE and IT domains also. Okay, so this is the table of contents we are covering for this session. So first we will move on to introductions of big data and its problem, why we need big data. Okay, what is the use of big data and what is the problem in big data. After we are entering into the problem, we are move on to applications and libraries. Okay, so what are the applications we are using and what are the library files we are using for big data. Okay, then PySpark application and partition. So here I am using PySpark application. It's a new trending technology. It's available for any language like R programming, C, Java, Python. So PySpark is the one of the PySpark is the application. It's for big data, only for big data. So I will give the introduction about PySpark application and partition, and then PySpark data frames. Okay, so here data frame is not, we have to understand we have a different type of data, like data types or data frames or data structure, like that will be here, but we are working under data frames. Okay, so these are the area we are covering for this session. So first of all, introduction to the big data problem. Okay, so big data means everybody will know. Okay, so we have more number of data. We are using nowadays more number of social medias like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then TikTok. Lot of social media we are using. Okay, so each social media provides some vast amount of data each day. Okay, so we need to store that data in one community. Okay, that is called big data community. Okay, so there we can it will be stored there, means if we need to retrieve any data from that community, we need some softwares, or we need to use some high-ended type of machines and high-ended type of software to retrieve the data. Okay, so for that purpose we are using those kind of software like PySpark or Apache Spark, like that we are using, and then we are taking a data. Okay, so what is the problem here means each and every time, not each and every time, each and every year we are getting a configuration, different type of configuration in both PCs also or both mobile phones also. Okay, so for example, if you take on mobile phone means in first 1, 2 or 3 camera is in before 2 or 3 years 1 or 2 camera is it's complicated. Okay, but nowadays we have a back camera as a 5 camera and front camera as a 2 camera, like that. Each and every year we are upgrading both hardware and both software also. Okay, software is like like different type of softwares we are using. Okay, so like this, if we grow means we need we need some big data at the time. Okay, so at the time we need some big data means we need some community, that is cluster of community of data. We need to collect the data of all that thing, and we need to store it in somewhere. Okay, so after store it in somewhere, we need to retrieve that data. Okay, so for that we need some community. So for that we are using a PySpark. Okay, so nowadays we are completely unexpensive data collector and store vast amount of information. Okay, so then there is so much data available in the process. Okay, so like cleaning or data pre-processing or data extraction, like deleting or dropping. So lot of data if you want to convert an unstructured data into a structured data, we need to do some lot of pre-processing steps. Okay, so that for those pre-processing steps we need some softwares. Okay, so it's easy, so that software should be an easier to tackle and easy to process also. Okay, what is that software? That is called Apache Spark. Okay, so Apache Spark is nothing but is a unified computing engine and a set of libraries for a parallel data processing and clustering of computers. Okay, so it's a definition. It's a unified computing engine. Unified computing engine means it can be work under one PC or more than one PCs also. So, okay, cluster of PC. Okay, so we can access any data from particular PC, or if you want to access the data from, that is access a large amount of data from different variety of PCs also, we can use this Apache Spark. Okay, so that is called parallel data processing and cluster of computers. Okay, cluster of computer is we can access more number of computer data at the single time. Okay, with the heavy processing speed. Okay, so that is the use of Apache Spark. Okay, so here why we are using Apache Spark. Okay, so Apache Spark is a new type of engine. Okay, new type of engine to only for data analytics. Okay, data analytics is nothing but I already told to you, if you want to train any algorithm, you need to use some pre-processing step, or you need to use some models to train the data set. Okay, so you need to convert those data set into algorithm understandable. Okay, so for those purpose we are using data analytics and data pre-processing, and we need to compute the data to train the model. Okay, but here one thing, we are having a large amount of data. Okay, we are having a more number of data. Okay, using that data we need to train the algorithm, means it can't possible because we don't have that much softwares. Okay, so at the time we are using this Apache Spark. Okay, so Apache Spark used to compute a more amount of data into it with easy manner, and more effective also. Okay, so we can easily tackle the more number of data within single processing. Okay, so Apache Spark is origin goes back to 2009. Okay, from 2009 only it's introduced. So the main reason why they introduced to this community means they have a economic factor that online computer application and hardware, they have major changes. Okay, year to year we are getting some changes in both PCs also, PC configuration also, or both mobile configuration also. So we need some good software to develop to pre-process those data. Okay, for that purpose we are using Apache Spark. Okay, so applications and libraries. Okay, so what are the applications we are using and what are the libraries we are using here? Okay, so here I am using we can use those Apache Spark in different type of languages like Python, Scala, Java and R. Okay, so Python everybody will know, Scala and Java is the one of the language, it's always trending only. Then R is mostly, R languages is used to mostly for data analytic purpose, and it support SQL task also. So this is the main thing. Okay, so whatever data that software need to support. Okay, whether it's a CSV file, or whether it's a data frame, or whether it's a text file, whether it's a structured query language type of task. Okay, so it's need to support. Okay, so it will be like those data it will be support. Okay, it enable a data streaming. Okay, data streaming means we can directly connect through for example Twitter has some separate developer website. Okay, so Twitter will give some keys, API keys to you. If you create a developer account, they will give you an API keys. Using those API keys we can retrieve the data from your account. Okay, for example, if I use if I want to hashtag for India ready for war, Okay, so those using those hashtag I need some information means using your API key you can retrieve the information from those directly through online, and you can see the data of those hashtag. Okay, so for that purpose we can use data streaming. Okay, so it can run both a single machine or cluster machine. I already told to you. Okay, so if you want to compute, because it's a big data community. Okay, so in those community definitely we not only we have a single computer, we have a more number of different type of computers. Okay, so we need to compute those computer into a single time, means we need to use those this software. Okay, so it can be supported for both machine learning libraries and deep learning libraries. Okay, so we can machine learning library means, for example, sklearn or pytorch, we can use those libraries and we can use our Apache Spark. Otherwise deep learning, so deep learning is nothing but number of neurons. Based on neural network we can use the Apache Spark. Okay, if you want to develop a deep learning type of project, we need packages like Keras and TensorFlow, those packages. Using those packages also we can use the Apache Spark. Okay, so today I am going to tell about how to use Apache Spark in big data community. Okay, we can apply those by Apache Spark both machine learning also, both deep learning also. It's not a problem. Okay, so these are the libraries we are using here. Libraries in Apache Spark ecosystem is structured streaming. So I already told to you stream data. Okay, if you want to collect through API keys, you can collect any other websites data also. Okay, and advanced analytics. Okay, so we have a analytics type of library files in Python like matplotlib or cbon, but compared to those libraries it will be give more advanced graphs. Okay, and more effective one. Okay, and libraries and ecosystems. Okay, about this you already know. Okay, so when we comes down we have a structured API and low level API. So structured API and low level API. So structured API means we have a data set with correct form. Okay, like if you take one machine learning data set, it should be in the CSV file, and then we have attributes like different type of attributes about those data, and we have a class files. Okay, so it should be in the data set and data frame type or SQL. Okay, so if you take a data set, data frame and SQL type of data sets, it should be in a structured API. Okay, we can process it easily. Okay, when we comes down we have a low level API. Okay, that is RDDS and distributor variables. Okay, so RDDS is nothing but resilient data structure. Okay, reclined data structure and distributor variables. Okay, so those are the data we need to define what type of data types is that one. For example, if you take a name means what type of data types, it's a string or integer or object, we need to define. Okay, so these are the basic structure in PySpark ecosystem libraries. Okay, so next we'll move on to PySpark application and partitions. Okay, so where we can use those PySpark. Okay, before that we are move on to PySpark application and partition. Okay, so we have, this is the basic architecture of PySpark. Okay, we have a driver process, executor and cluster manager. Okay, so cluster manager is the useful to, if you connect a number of computer to your PySpark, it should be managed according to those managing. Okay, it's like a processing. Okay, cluster manager is the user to process the driver process and executors. Okay, when we go on to driver process, we have two types. Okay, that is two spaces there, that is Spark session and user code. Okay, about this driver process I will tell you next slide, and executor also I will tell you next slide. Okay, so driver is nothing but it's located in the node of cluster of computers. Okay, so located in the, for example, if you connect your computer to the PySpark, you are the one of the node. Okay, using those node it will be connected through the that center of the node. Okay, so how many PCs are connected through those clusters, that PCs is called as a nodes. Okay, so it's called the information about Spark application. Okay, so what are the three main tasks of driver is, it will be hold the information about Spark application. Okay, what type every information about each Spark application is called. Okay, then another one of the driver responsibility is respond to the input, for example user program. Okay, for example if you want to display the output of your data set, means it will be give the response. Okay, according to driver is the responsibility to give the outputs. Okay, and another thing is analyzing, distribute and schedule the task to give done by a executors. For example, I already told to you we have a cluster amount of PCs in those community. Okay, we need to all the community workers will be give some input data, so this send some input and they need to get output. Okay, so we need to manage those community. Okay, for that purpose we are using drivers. Okay, next we will move on to executors. Okay, so executor is nothing but the one that actually perform the work assigned by the driver. Okay, so it's like an for example, if anybody asks any request from a request, that request as for example I am a driver. Okay, if anybody asks any request to me, I will be alert the one that work to any person, you have to give this output, you have to give this any output. Okay, like that I will assign the work to each executors. Okay, so the executors will be executor according to the queries, executor will be execute the thing and give the output, and I will as a driver I will give the output to those requesters. Okay, so this is the thing we are using those executors. Okay, executing the code assigned to them. Okay, so whatever request come by an executors, we just giving the request and then give it to the requesters. Okay, so reporting the state of the computation to the drivers. Okay, so if you we are so it's a cluster community, the more number of persons will be asked the request. Okay, so we need to set those requests within the speed. Okay, so it's also check the how much it's computation. Okay, how much it's computing speed is how much it's executing, the processor will be okay or not, like that it will be checked the second by executors. Okay, then cluster manager. Okay, so in name itself suggests the cluster manager controlling the physical computers. Okay, what are the computers connected through those clusters, we need to control. Okay, then distributing the resources to the Spark application. Okay, so distributing the resources to the Spark application. So according to those, after we are getting the request from the requester, then after computing the result, we need to give the result to the correct requesters. Okay, so for that purpose distributing cluster manager will be useful. Okay, there can be several Spark application running in the same cluster and same time, or same will be managed by the cluster. Okay, so if we ask same type of request from two members, means it will be computed with one time and then it will be give to the according to the those output, it will be given to the each person. Okay, so these are the cluster managers. Okay, so next one is PySpark DataFrame. Okay, so PySpark DataFrame is nothing but they have totally 4 types. Okay, whether it should be a data set. Okay, data set is nothing but CSV or Excel sheet or any images type of data set, like that we can use. Another one is data frame. One of the important feature of data frame is that schema. Okay, so schema is nothing but we need to give the what type of data, what type of attribute name and what type of data type name and with their dictionary manner. Okay, so that is a schema. So in data, if it is an any other library package like pandas or numpy or any other CV package, we don't need to give any data type, but using schema we need to give the data types. Okay, then only it will be execute and understandable. Okay, then next one is SQL table. Okay, SQL table, structured query language, everybody know about this. So it's on type of storage type. Okay, we can use. Then resilient distributed dataset, RDD. This about this I already told to you. We are comes under RDD also, resilient distributed dataset. Okay, so how to set up and run an Apache Spark. Okay, so before we go into this slide, we have a Jupyter notebook, or we have a Google collaboration, or we have a IBM Watson. Okay, using this also we can use PySpark. Okay, but if you want to within second you want to implement a Spark application, you need to use a Databricks. Okay, Databricks is not nothing but it's a website. Using those website you can create a new PySpark application or PySpark new community. Using those community you can play the codes. Okay, for example, I am giving the link to in my description also, in slide also. Is it possible you can click those links and you can work with me. One of the simplest and fastest way to work with PySpark is it's a Databricks. Okay, so Databricks is nothing but it's a website. Using those website only today I am giving an introduction about PySpark. Okay, so it's a community edition. It's if you open that link, you have to create one account. Okay, using those account you need to it will be asked which type of edition. Okay, you have to click community edition. Okay, then we can access the Spark both locally also and cluster of computer also. Okay, so this is the use community. So after you creating an account, it will be asked Databricks platform for free trial or community edition. Okay, so you need to give community edition, get start. Okay, after giving community edition you will be get the like this website and you have to access the thing. Okay, so I will tell you how to do those things in real time. You just see the slides. Okay, so before going to this, I want to tell about data sets. So data sets here I am using for our program the Bitcoin predictions. Okay, about Bitcoin. Okay, so see here I am having a data set of Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin, how much they are from 2016 to 2019. Okay, how much they are Bitcoin value is there in stock market. Okay, so this is the open value. Open is nothing but from which time it started at 1/7/2016, and then so 8/7/4 it started. Then high value, what is the high value in between this date, what is the low value on this date, and then what is the close condition. So open means morning at the which value it open, and then at the evening which value it's closed. Okay, then between this I am having a weighted price and volume of BTC and then volume of currency. Okay, so this is the data set I am using for my PySpark program. Okay, so about this data set, if you want to download in your directly, you can download it in Yahoo Financial. If you search it for Yahoo Financial dataset or Bitcoin using download Bitcoin Yahoo Finance, like that you can search, means you can get a direct CSV file. Otherwise, if you want to download, if you want means you can download it in Kaggle or UCI websites also. Okay, it's not a problem. So this is the dataset I am using for my program, and then I need to first of all create one community. Okay, so if you click those links, you will be get an wait a minute. So you will be get like this. Okay, Databricks. Databricks and try Databricks. So this is the website I am using for PySpark. So we can install it in Jupyter Notebook also, otherwise using Anaconda Navigator or Kaggle also. But the easy way of installation of Apache Spark is this is the in this we can create it. Okay, so here you can give the first name, last name. So you whatever name you want to give, you can give your fields and then sign up. Okay, after sign up you will be get a notification in your mail. Okay, you will be get your notification in mail. Okay, so after you are getting the notification from your mail, you can using those mail, if you click that link means you will be get like this data. Okay, so will be get like this. So here we have home, then workspace, and then some data. So data set we want to import, you can import, and then clusters. So you can use those cluster also. So here I am already created one cluster, my cluster. Okay, if you want to create, if you are new to this website, you want to create a new cluster using this button. Okay, create cluster button, you can create a new cluster. After creating a new cluster, you need to import the data. Okay, so you need to import the data means, for example, after creating a cluster you will be get like this Databricks. So here you can drop the file or click to browse. Okay, you can browse the file also. For example, I want to import my dataset what I am showed to you about Bitcoin stock market prediction. So I am just going to desktop, webinar 6 dataset. So here I am having dataset, I am just dropping. Okay, so if you drop your dataset, your dataset will be uploaded and it will be asked create table. Okay, create table in notebook. So if you click those things, you will be move on to new tab. Okay, so that new tab is like this only, it will be available. So here you have a code, that is this code is automatically generated. Okay, automatically generated code, but here you need to change some code. I will tell you how to change that under. Okay, so see here I am giving a file location and type. Okay, so what is my file location? So file, store, table, and my file name is dataset.csv. Okay, so automatically it's, see here my dataset file name is dataset.csv. CSV is nothing but comma separated value. Okay, so using those what I uploaded file, automatically it's created one folder table, and then it will be automatically given on file location. Okay, then what is my file type? CSV file. Okay, so I am giving the file type CSV file type. After I am giving CSV file type, I need to change those. If you are new to this Databricks, here definitely you will be get automatically this code is generated. That code will be in the false. Okay, this both the line in the false. So you need to change those infer theme to true. Okay, what is schema? Schema is nothing but is find the data types, what type of data types. Okay, so using infer schema I am finding the data types. For example, if you see the data set, I have a different type of attributes like unnamed, zero, data, open, high, low. Okay, so what is the data types is this one? This is the integer type. My unnamed zero is the integer type, and then date is my object type, because it's not a float value, it's not a long, it's not a short, so it's an object type. Then open, so it's a float type, double float or any long float, like that it will be there. Okay, so each attribute has some data types. Okay, you want to recognize that data set, you have to use those infer schema. Okay, after that first row is a header, so automatically it's take first row is a header. Okay, this is my header row, I am initializing as a first row as a header. Then after that delimiter is nothing but each and after reading then one column, you have to move on to next column. So it's a limit between those columns, you need to give delimiter. Okay, then after this apply the options for CSV file, for file types, and ignore. Okay, so note it down. This is the automatic generated code. If you upload a data set and create a new notebook, this is automatically generated, and I'm telling about the automatically generated code only. Okay, so if it is automatically generated, you have to here defaultly have a false statement. You have to change this false statement into true statement. Okay, so here I am using Apache Spark. I am reading the data set. Okay, what type of data set is file type. Okay, file type is CSV file type, and then infer schema. Infer schema is nothing but what type of data types in my, we need to find what type of data types in my data set. Okay, then after that I am passing this first row is a header true. I am passing this header. Okay, then separator delimiter. Okay, so here I am passing the delimiter, and then load the file location. So file location is nothing but here I have a file location. I am loading the file location. So if you want to run those cells, you have to click this and run cell. Okay, so after you running the cell, my output I am displaying into the cell, display df. See, otherwise you can create a new cell. If you want to create a new cell, you can drag this plus symbol is there. You can display df and then run the cell. Okay, so see here df is nothing but it's a variable of mine. After all these statements readed by a Spark with including data set, I am getting one output. That output will be stored in df, and after that I am using the display option to display the df. Okay, so here you can see this CSV file dataset will be read through Apache Spark, and then I am displaying those dataset. Okay, so this is the dataset we can view. Okay, like open, high, low. Okay, so we can, if you want to modification, you can do the modifications also. So this is not a problem. So my dataset is now reader. Okay, after you reader, you need to see the schema of the dataset, because I already told you schema is to find the data types of each attribute. Okay, so here you can see the schema of to get the DataFrame schema. Okay, so here I am using a print plus schema. Okay, so I will be get the each attribute, that is open, high, low, close, each attribute with those output. Okay, so see here integer type. First one is integer type, that is index and unnamed equal to 0, that is also integer type, and attribute name, data type name, and whether it's a nullable or equal to true. Nullable equal to true means if your data set in the we have more number of rows and columns in those data set. Okay, so definitely somewhere if it is a 0 or any null value will be available, means here you can get the output false. Okay, so we need to drop those null values. Okay, but here I am getting all the nullable equal to true only, so all the columns will be filled with some values. Okay, so see here double, so double float, and BTC is also double, currency is also double, so all are maximum double only. Okay, so that is the use of schema, data frame schema. Okay, using this data frame schema we can see the data types of the each column. Then after that I am doing filtering the unsigned PySpark, that is I need to view some of the, according to my condition I need to view some data, means you can use these filter options. So filter is nothing but it's a function available in Python. Using those function I am filtering a close value less than 500. Okay, so less than 500 dot show. Okay, so if I do this one, if I run those cells, you will be get an output of close value less than 500. Okay, less than 500, what are the values available in your data set, you will be get. So if I change those data to less than 100. Okay, if you want to run the cell, you can use this also, otherwise shift plus enter, it's a shortcut key we can use. So less than 100 I am checking, so more number of one maximum 00 is available, less than 100. Okay, so like this you can view the PySpark applications. Okay, so again, so close. Okay, so these are the thing we can do with PySpark. After that, what the thing is, I am doing the again filtering a data by column. Okay, so here I am just filtering a data, but here I am filtering a data by column. That is, I already given less than 500, but I need particularly those columns like open and close. Okay, so that is close value will be taken less than 500. In this less than 500 I will display the open and close value. Okay, so these are the open and close value. So you need to note that one point, I am reading my data set as a like one data frame type, like more number of rows and columns, but it's converted into a like schema value. See here, like schema value. So this is the like a RDD. Okay, so dataset seems like a RDD. Okay, so here I am checking open and close value between less than 500. I am viewing that open and close value. Okay, between those data. So this is the thing we can use the PySpark to get an output. Okay, so after this I am viewing with column of year and year of data. So like that, to know the average closing price per year, if you want to check means you can check like this. Okay, so after I am checking, I am getting the output of data frame type integer, date, string, open, double, like this I will be getting. So one thing you have to see here, if you are using a Jupyter notebook, you need to install the package of PySpark like 273 MB, I think so. You need to install the packages, but here I am without installing any packages. I am doing those codes and data. Okay, so this is the thing we can do with those data set, and then displaying those data. See here, so this is one type of actually I am just viewing my data set only, but according to it's like a plotly. Okay, so it's the plotly graph, normally they called as a plotly graph. If you drag your mouse over which year and date, you can view the overall weight price of the each data. For example, see here, I am dragging the mouse to 7/17/2016. My weighted price of my Bitcoin is 62.108. Okay, so you can if you write the code, that is what it's user friendly also. Okay, so if you just read the data set without writing a code for this plotly, if it is a Jupyter notebook means you need to import an plotly, and then you have to give the x-axis as an date and y-axis at a weighted price, and you need to display the output. But here I am automatically using those icons, that is graph icons. I am plotting the graph. Okay, so that Databricks also Databricks website also something user interface is different when compared to Jupyter Notebook or any other platform. Okay, so that's why I am here using Databricks. Okay, so here you can drag the mouse and you can check the mouse. We can zoom the data also. So zoom in, zoom out. So like this we can check. Okay, so like this we can plot the graph. Okay, we have different type of graphs also there. For example, you want to see the scatter graph. Okay, so it's not displaying. Yeah, scatter is displaying, but it's not viewing. Otherwise pi, okay, pi is not. Pi bottom q histogram. Okay, we need to smaller map bar graph. Okay, only bar graph is working according to those dataset map. Okay, So only bar graph is working. I think quantile will be work. No, it's not working. Okay. So bar graph, only the bar graph is working. So those are the data we can plot the graph. Okay. So up to this you will be understand how to use the using simple data set, how to plot the data using PySpark. Okay. So we can create here cluster of community also. Between those community we can create one big data. Okay, so that is what I want to tell to you. We can use this workspace and we can create a new thing. Okay, I hope you will be enjoy this session. So you can, so I will come to the final PPT. Okay, so this is what we are doing: importing a data set and getting a data frame schema and filtering and transformation and obtaining a statistic summary of data. Okay, so only these four topics will be covered. If you want to do even more thing, for example training and testing or dropping null values like that, if you want to do some pre-processing, that means here the some disadvantages. Typing of code is some of the biggest problem, because we need to type more number of code when compared to any other thing. So these are the so that's why up to this I am telling to you. So next session I will tell you how to deploy an one real-time data set and how to train those data set using PySpark community, and then how to get a result from that. Okay, so these are the things we are doing for internship purpose. Okay, online internship and training purpose. We can cover IoT or deep learning of AI using MATLAB, embedded system. Okay, and technology we are using Python programming, machine learning, NLP and all we are using. And if you want to ask any question, you can ask. I will be replied you to all. If you want to ask any question, you can ask the question. So feedback link, I will be uploaded in the inbox setting. Okay, you can in comment box you can you can click those link and you can fill the feedback form, and then we can get the feedback certificate. Any doubt you can ask through the comment box. I will be reply you. So here I am using simple codes only, not a vast code. Okay, so if you create your account in the Databricks, okay, after uploading a data set you can get the code automatically, and some of the codes like printing statement and filterings and all I deployed. You can use those video and you can get the output. Okay. Okay, so if you are new to this YouTube channel, you can please subscribe this channel and hit a bell icon. You will be get a notification. We are daily uploading more than 2 or 3 videos for each and every webinar, each and every domain. If you want to see those videos, you can get the link. Sorry, please subscribe the channel. And one thing, I didn't install any PySpark in my laptop. I just installing I just create one account through Databricks. The Databricks will be give the things that is PySpark or Apache Spark. Already it's available in your website itself. You just want to upload the data set and just want to do the code. Okay. Anything, any doubt? Such a honorable session. Okay. So about certificate, please click that link. We are each and every time we give that link through the comment section. You can click the comment section and then get a link to you. Okay, next time I will be improve my video quality. Okay, not a problem. Okay. Okay, so thank you to one and all today presenting this webinar. Today present this webinar by Kamlesh. If you want to do even more webinar on any other domain, you can contact those Mr. Senthil Kumar and Mr. Srinivasan and Mr. Kumarasamy. These are the our marketing person. You can contact those person and you can ask for webinar. If any staffs are watched this webinar video, you can contact those webinar. For your students also you can contact those numbers. You can schedule your webinar session, which domain you need also we can give the webinar. And then thanks for watching those video. If you are still you need any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so thank you to one and all and to present here. We will see the next video about any other domain, and thank you all.